Today I'm delighted to speak to my colleague, Brian Rubineau. Brian, you've been looking at social contagion. Tell us about your research.
We know that social influence generally exists. We're influenced by the people we have relationships with. And organizations have been using social influence for marketing efforts for quite a while, right? Essentially, viral marketing is trying to use this social contagion process to achieve behavioral changes. Now, the problem with that is that they tend to have very small percentages in terms of whose behavior they actually change. They essentially get about 1 in 1,000 people they change, whose behaviors they change. Now, if you're marketing to thousands or millions of people, then you're changing behaviors of hundreds or thousands of people, and you're getting a lot more customers, and that's great. But within an organization, if you're only changing the behavior of 1 in 1,000, it's not going to be very good for supporting your change efforts. And so this actually is a problem that's been solved in the area of public health in studying actual health contagion, right? So the viral marketing essentially assumes that it's really easy to change people's behavior. It's kind of like influenza. You cough on somebody, they're going to get it, right? And in terms of actually changing behavior, it tends to be pretty hard, right? It's not just like, oh, I'm just going to mention something to somebody and they're going to change their behavior. What you actually have to do is have some kind of more consistent interaction, more frequent interaction. It's more like something that's more difficult to transmit, more like say a bloodborne illness or something like that, where it actually takes some effort to change the behavior.
So what is the implication of how do we more effectively lead change then?
So the practical advice is you identify who are the core spreaders in an organization, right? So if you can identify, much like you would in public health, who are the core spreaders of a disease, who are the core spreaders of influence and behavior in organizations. And what we found in my research is that you can identify these core spreaders using data such as the server logs from your email system, right? And you can actually use social network analysis methods to identify who are the core spreaders. And if you target these core spreaders, right, then you can actually have this contagion process diffuse, so that if you're trying to promote, you're trying to have a change effort where you're trying to promote adoption of certain kinds of behaviors, you want staff to participate in webinars or these kind of things to support change efforts, targeting these core spreaders is a really good way to change behaviors.